really apologize. So let me give you my thoughts on it, and then let me end it with a warning for other devs. So Lethal Company is a co-op game that's a horror co-op game that's a lot about communication. So it has localized audio. So you can only hear the people that are right next to you. When you die, your voice just goes off. Ends up being this great thing. So it is a beautifully designed game, and it is what I call a Ouija board game. And let me get to the beautiful design of it, right? So doors are like, normally you open a door and you walk through, and they have those kind of doors in here where you walk through a passageway and you can see everybody. But like main doors are a barrier that you don't open and walk through. Instead, they are state change. So you're on the outside, down you're on the inside. You have no warning what's on the other side. You can't warn us. And if you die instantly, people just don't hear from you anymore. And it ends up being hilarious, right? Because you have these moments where you're like, okay, I'll go. I'm almost dead. Oh, and then you just don't hear anything from them, right? Or you hear the person running away from a creature, thinking that they're getting away, and then you just don't hear from them anymore. And you play it out in your head. What happens, right? And this game gives enough room for all of that to exist and breathe, because for these kind of games, you can't have a lot of story. You can't have a lot of things in the way of it, because I call these Ouija board games. So think about it if you're playing a Ouija board with your friends. Now, if you have a Ouija board and you play by yourself, there's nothing to play. You're not going to trick yourself that needle's moving for anything. You know you're moving it. Now, when you add one friend, okay, you guys are making some jokes between yourselves. You know, if you're not moving it, they're moving it. But now when you put like 4 or 5 hands on that Ouija board, all of a sudden, or on the, whatever the thing is on the Ouija board, you know what I'm talking about. You don't know. You don't know what's happening there. You don't know. And you can then make up a story of what's happening. You can create a fiction around the world of what's happening on that Ouija board. And that's much like this game, right? If you play this solo, it's janky. It's got a lot of problems. I say this lovingly, not a good game. But it is, right? Because it's made to play with a bunch of players. And if you know everybody playing, it's hilarious. It's funny. You get in these weird situations. You push yourself. You know you're being stupid, but you're going to go do it because that's the game, right? Instead of I'm not going to go help you because I don't want to die and then we'll lose. It's like, here, losing's okay, because losing is a funny outcome often. And that's just brilliant. That's brilliant design. And it comes all the way through, right? And I think someone told me that they're Roblox solo developer too. So, man, dude, way to go. If I send you an email, your assistant's probably answering it now. But no, I think they learned in that Roblox environment, you got to be very iterative and you got to be very reactionary and kind of like play into these kind of things. And it just really works. It's like a Gary's Mod kind of thing too, right? And that's super cool. So awesome, right? And I will bet you that this game will just be a giant peak, and that's success. It doesn't need to live forever, okay? I'm not saying that 6 months from now will people still be playing Lethal Company. It doesn't matter, right? Like, let's stop doing that a game has to live forever to be successful, okay? Lethal Company is a super successful, well-designed game, okay? Full stop. But you'll see these kind of games come and go sometimes, right? And this is probably the biggest of these in a while. And it gives that outlet for friends to come play here and have these kind of moments together and laugh. And it is great. And again, that is super successful. But the trap other devs will fall into will be like, oh, people like the jank. They like this. They like this. They like this. Not understanding a lot of what you like about that game is you like in spite of that. Or its jankiness becomes endearing because of what it's doing with your friends or how it's working or how you have to operate things. Like, instead of choosing something from a menu you can all choose, somebody has to type and write stuff in, and then we had somebody who made a mistake, and chose the wrong planet. Like, that then just adds to it all, right? And that works for that game, but it may not work for your game, right? So you don't want to take away the tools, right? I always talk tools and goals. So the tools are the jankiness, the weirdness, the UI, and all of that. The goals, though, right, are giving players a space to have interactions together where you can witness the downfall of the other person. And that downfall is often now in audio in this game more than even visuals, which is visuals. Again, it's a solo developer, right? So again, recap, because I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way that I've said something about this game, is an absolute success, and hats off, absolute success. And it's not a mistakenly success. It is a designed success for this kind of space, and it is beautifully done. I just, again, if you're another dev, just be careful of the lessons you take from this. So yeah, hats off, man. And hats off of seeing that many people playing it, that many people streaming it. Absolutely a killer. And man, super excited for that dev. They've got to just be over the moon on this one. So congratulations to them. That is just amazing.